Hello, amazing social scientists. We're about to begin another social studies unit, and in this unit, we're going to look at Native American peoples and the early settlers to our region, the Pilgrims and the Puritans. We're going to look at how the Native Americans and the Europeans saw each other, how they related to each other, and how they impacted each other. But before we can do that, we need to know a little bit about the early exploration of the New World. Europeans had been trading with Asia for thousands of years. Their trade routes were mostly overland and they were long and dangerous. They also sometimes sailed around Africa to get to Asia. That was also a long and dangerous route. The Europeans knew nothing of North and South America at that time. They thought if they sailed west from Europe, they could get to Asia more quickly. They didn't even know those continents existed. That's why when they first found them, they called them the New World. If you look at this map, you'll see quite clearly that there were many peoples living in North America before the Europeans came here. This is a map of all the different tribes that we think lived in North America before Europeans arrived. There were millions of people living in North and South America at the time. So for those people, it was not the New World. It was the New World for the Europeans. It was new to them. Why did Europeans begin to explore the world during the 15th and 16th centuries? Well, for curiosity, wealth, fame, national pride, religion, foreign goods, and easier, cheaper trade routes. Let's look at those one at a time. Curiosity. They wanted to know what was really out there. This was a time called the Renaissance. It was a time of great wealth, education, and curiosity in Europe. People started wanting to know more about the world around them. Economic reasons. Wealth. People were seeing new wealth from trade. European countries hoped to increase their profits through exploration. Political reasons. Fame and glory. With fame came wealth. Fame and wealth motivated explorers and the monarchs, the kings and queens, who funded them to explore. They explored for political reasons. It's national pride and glory. In the early 15th centuries, countries in Europe, Spain, France, Portugal, England, and the Netherlands hoped to extend their influence through exploration. They knew at the time that land equaled wealth, equaled power. They wanted to explore for religious reasons, religion and God. Some Europeans wanted a place to practice their faiths freely. You'll learn more about them when we look at the Puritans and the Pilgrims. Some wanted to convert native peoples, non-Christians, to Christianity. They wanted foreign goods. Europeans liked the things they were able to get from India, China, and the East Indies: spices, silks, jewels, more. They wanted an easier way to get those goods. They wanted better trade routes. Because Europeans desired things from India and China, they wanted to find a better trade route to get there. Traveling by land, as I said earlier, was slow and dangerous. Sailing there at the time was not much safer. Safer, faster trade routes would bring greater wealth. Social scientists, that's going to be you guys now, often refer to these reasons as the three G's: gold, glory, and God. Those were things that motivated people to explore. Now it's time for a little thought exercise. Imagine you were a European explorer living around the 1500s, about 500 years ago. Why might you have explored the New World? Of the reasons given earlier in the video, which do you think would have been the reason you decided to explore the New World? Would you have explored for curiosity, the desire to learn something new just because you wanted to gain knowledge? Would you have explored for wealth, the desire to become rich and prosperous, a hunger to have more money, land, or things? Would you have explored for fame, the desire to become popular, to have people think you were important, someone who should be admired? Would you have explored to encourage national pride, the desire to help your country or people, to be thought of more positively and to be admired as a country? Would you have explored for religious reasons, the desire to have others believe in God the way that you and your people believe in God? Would you have explored for foreign goods, the desire to acquire, to get things that you can't easily get where you live? things such as fish, fur, timbers, spices, jewels. Would you have explored to find new trade routes? The desire to find easier trade routes to get from place to place was common. You might have wanted to explore for a combination of those reasons. Now stop and think about the question. Why would you have wanted